Khash Saghafi, Liberty Home Mortgage. And what's today's video? It's, can I refinance later? So I'm doing this video in, I almost said August of 2023. It's like the last week of July of 23, but it's 2023, okay? Mortgage rates are higher than they've been in the last 5 or 10 years, lower than they were when I started this job. But anyways, okay, the question becomes, can you refinance later? So everyone asks me this question all day long. Because don't forget, I'm giving you a 30-year fixed interest rate, 6, 7s, could be 8s, okay? The way mortgage rates move and all of this, and it depends on what time of the year too. Don't forget this video's rates are changing. Fed's supposed to raise the Fed funds rate again. So whatever rate you're getting today, I got news for you. Rates were a lot better 2, 3, 4 years ago. So people are saying, well, Hesh, when rates go back down, if they go back down, can I refinance? The answer is yes, okay? So the answer is yes, you can refinance. However, there's some things you want to pay attention to. So when you buy a house today, understand this. If rates never go back down again, guess what? You got in at a time when the rates are great. Congratulations, that's it. And there's a great rate, and you will find out. Homeownership is better than a 7% mortgage rate. My first mortgage rate was at 7.5 on a 30-year fixed. I took out a second mortgage loan, crazy story behind that, that was at 14.5% actually on a 20-year fixed term. But at the time, that was all normal. So it wasn't like, oh my God, this is horrible. Can I refinance? It was just, these are rates. This is the way it is. Here's the great news. Those were fixed interest rates for the life of the loan. So if you buy today, you get whatever rate you get, and rates never go down, guess what? You're in at a great rate. Congratulations. Now, you get in today. Let's just pretend you get in at 7. I'll just use the middle number. You get in at 7. So you get in at 7%, and rates go up. Rates go up to 8, 9, 10, 20,000%, okay? Guess what? You got in a 30-year fixed rate. You got in just in the nick of time before rates went even higher. Congratulations and great job, okay? All of your friends are now going to come to you for marital advice, gambling advice, investing in the stock market advice because you're a genius, okay? Now, this is where refinancing comes in. You get into 8.7, and all of a sudden, in 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 years, mortgage rates go down to 6 or 5 or 4 or 3 or 2. That's a stretch though. But mortgage rates go back down. Guess what? You're at 7 and rates go down to 6, okay? Can you refinance the 7 into a 6? Yes, you can. However, there's always a but. You have to make sure that you qualify for that. Now, what are the qualifiers if you're talking about refinancing into a lower rate? For example, you have to have the credit score. If you bought your house with an 800 credit score and you were given 7, but now maybe you lost your job, you had some bills hit you, your credit score is sitting at 500 and mortgage rates go down to 6, I got news for you. Whatever you see on television is the pie in the sky, perfect credit, perfect everything. So suddenly you might call me or somebody else to refinance and say, I'm at 7, I want to get 6. I pull your credit and your credit score is 500. I'm going to sit here and say, you don't qualify for the loan. Or if you qualify, yes, the rate's at 6, but that's with an 800 score. You're at 500. With a 500 score, the rate's 7. And you'll say, hush, but I'm already at 7. And you know what I'll say to you? Don't sweat it. You're good. Sit tight. Fix your credit, okay? I don't try to jam a refinance down every single person's throat, okay? It's not everybody in the world has to refinance, okay? Which will come up here in a second also, by the way. But 1, you got to have the credit score. 2, you got to have the equity, okay? Let's pretend you bought the house for $100,000. I like nice round numbers, and $100,000 is a nice round number. You bought it for $100,000. You put down $5,000. Your loan is for $95,000. When you go to refinance, we are going to get your house appraised. Let's pretend your house appraises at $96,000. There was a small dip in the market, a little bit of pullback. Don't forget, house prices or home values are like watching the stock market. It goes up and down and up and down and up and down. Over a long period of time, just like your 401k, it ends up in the positive. Historically, I mean, if you look at house prices from 50 years ago to today, I got news for you. They're worth more today, okay? Over an extended period of time, the assets grow in value for 9,000 different reasons. This is not the video for that. But if the house appraises for barely what you owe on it, you don't have the equity. You might have the credit, you might have the income, you don't have the equity. In that case, you might have to bring 5 or 10,000 to the table, or you just can't refinance the loan because there's no equity. So there are, strings attached to can I refinance down the road. Make sure that whoever you talk to when that time comes, like me, because I do loans in 45 states, make sure that you're talking to someone who's honest and puts your current loan versus the new loan and puts them side by side. So sometimes people, I put loans side by side, and it's a lot of times I'll say, hey, this loan, the numbers just don't work, okay? So make sure you're talking to somebody who simplifies it down, puts them side by side, lets you know that the closing cost you're paying versus the savings might not make the most mathematical sense, so it's something to look at. But that answers the question of can you refinance later? Yes, but there's always strings attached. Keep watching videos like this, subscribe to my YouTube page, and of course, if you need to refinance, give me a call. I do loans in 45 states, and we'll talk again.